Hello everyone, this is Dragon Age Inquisition Vinsomer Dragon boss fight, and we are here on the Dragon Island on the Storm Coast, and I brought my full party, and you may ask yourself why. Well, the trek to get to this dragon is slightly longer and more difficult than the others, and I had to return to camp and make all the trek alone again, just having found him. So I just decided to record it like this because really my party members are just going to die in a couple of seconds and I end up fighting him alone. And you already know that I can defeat this boss like alone on nightmare difficulty without major problems. I think I almost died in this fight, but it's kind of because I got distracted. So let's talk a little about this dragon. Vinsomer is a high level dragon. It's 19, and I think I was 18 at the moment, which is not a huge difference again. But Vinsomer is one of the most resilient. His weakness is to spirit, and he's strong to or resistance to electricity. He's one of the dragons that create these circles on the ground, like the one we fought in Crestwood. But the one we fought in Crestwood was like level 13. This is 19, so it's really a difference. And they go up to 23, I think, or 24. So it's going to be interesting, the later dragons, the bigger bosses. There are 10 dragons in the game, and this is the 4th dragon that I'm fighting. So we got a long way to go still, guys. I'm micromanaging the party mostly while Solas is still alive to throw the veil, the rift attacks, which the rift mage is really cool. Though I prefer Knight Enchanter because I really missed the Arcane Warrior in Dragon Age 2. So as soon as I found out that there was some kind of melee mage in Dragon Age Inquisition, that's the first thing that I wanted to try. This is my first playthrough. I started this game on hard, as you can probably find out in my playlists, but I soon realized that the game became easier as you became more powerful, so I just restarted it on Nightmare, and this is kinda my first playthrough on Nightmare at this point, because all of this is new to me and I'm facing it for the first time. That's why this video takes so long, because it could take less if I had a run as a Dragonslayer run. But you see, if you want to get the Master Dragonslayer run, you have to kill Vinsomer, because Vinsomer drops it. He's the only one that drops it. So yeah, I just came here to get the rune, guys, so the rest of the dragons take less time to kill. So, but let's enter the topic that I wanted to discuss. I said that I wanted to talk about Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sun, as the new iteration of Dark Souls 2 is named. I'm really hesitant to call it. I don't know if I call it Definitive Edition or High Spec Edition or remake. There are a lot of data going around in the internet. Some of it are straight lies. Some of them are half-truths. Right now, we cannot trust anything that From Software itself hasn't said. Like, for example, they said that there were going to be new NPCs, and I don't know what that entails. They said that there was going to be a new kind of enemy reactions, enemy gameplay, something like that. I don't really understand how it's implemented, and that things were going to be different. They're going to release a patch, and the patch is going to be free, so you don't have to buy the game to get the patch. And there are rumors, and just grab it like rumors, right? There are rumors that they are going to fix or remove but I would say more likely fix or try to fix once again the soul memory system. So, but the thing that I really struck me a low blow, because let's start by saying that I'm a fan of From Software and its games. Like, since Demon Souls in the PlayStation 3, what an awesome fucking game. Like, I cannot, if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Get it and play it. It's not too late. If you haven't played Dark Souls 2, it's a masterpiece. Just Dark Souls 1, excuse me, is a masterpiece. Just play it. And Dark Souls 2, well, you can just wait for the Scholar of the First Son, right? Because it's like the definitive edition, like the game of the almost the game of the year edition, like something like that, something around that. So I'm going to say that the Scholar of the First Sin is okay that they release it. I mean, they said they were not going to release Dark Souls 2 for next gen consoles. They said that. And I remember the interview at E3. I remember the question being asked, and I remember the producer, I think it was, that said, no, this is not going to be a Dark Souls 2 on next gen. And I said, okay, well, doesn't matter. I played it I will play it on PC mostly, and I played it on PS3. But now we have the announcement of the definitive edition for next gens, and I don't really. It's business, guys, really. It's business. We cannot be too angry about the lies, because we know that it's not so much From Software as it is Namco Bandai behind it, and just contractual decisions and business negotiations that the developers have little to no opinion or decision making whatsoever. So I know that, right? But the thing that made me angry the most is that this new version is going to bring better visuals, and there are strong rumors that these better visuals are in fact the version that was on E3. You remember the E3 version, the E3 demo of Dark Souls 2 that looked far better than what we got later in some months later, the so-called downgrade that Dark Souls 2 suffered. That was a downgrade, don't get me wrong. Well, there are strong rumors that now they are going to release that version, the E3 version, with better graphics, better lighting system, better shadows, very dynamic lighting system that was first announced, and even some maps reworks. Even there are rumors of new enemies in the game, and 4 players co-op, an expansion of the servers, because the next gen consoles will have their own servers, and the PC version, and this is my main problem with this, the PC version will have the DirectX 11 version and the DirectX 9. The DirectX 9 is what we have right now, but the DirectX 11 is the Scholar of the First Sin, which is the new edition. And if you have the DirectX 9 edition, you will have to buy the new. You will have to buy it again. You will have to buy the game 2 times to get the new graphics, the new NPCs, new enemies, new co-op system, whatever they release. I'm hoping I get more details as what's really new, because that will make my decision if I really bought it again. If I really buy it again on next gen, because if I'm going to buy it again, like for the 3rd time, I'm going to do it on next gen, because I really want. I always said that I really wanted to have Dark Souls 2. I would have liked to have Dark Souls 2 on PS4, and now they just said that they're going to release it. So I'm probably going to buy it for PlayStation 4. But I'm still going to wait to see what's really new, because if the game is really everything that I already played, I'm not gonna buy it again. But if the game is worth it, if the game brings new things on the table, and the patch works out the fucking soul memory system and whatnot, I will probably buy it for the third time. So, and that's not the problem. The problem that I have with this version is that they cannot sell a higher quality and make you pay full price for it. I mean, they're going to make you pay full price at least $40 or $50. The DirectX 11 is going to cost on PC. So they just gave you the DirectX 9 with improved graphics, but of course it has improved graphics, right? Because if I can stop stuttering, because it's on PC, right? But now they sell the DirectX 11 version. That I don't know how better it is, but if it looks like the H3 Demon, it's going to be a lot better. So now you are left with a game that you bought for $60, and the DLC that you bought again for $30, and now they sell you everything on top of better graphics. And we are in the PC gamer industry. If you want better graphics, you crank them up. You don't buy another version. This is unseen. This is a tactic that's, if Ubisoft or Activision or Electronic Arts did this, we would all be saying like, yeah, like what's new, right? Another asshole money grabbing tactic from one of those publishers. That's not really a new thing. But the shock comes from this being from software and not being really from software. Namco Bandai, they really got money grabbing with Dark Souls 2. They really got the new vibe that they had some, because Dark Souls was a cult game and Demon's Souls was even more a cult game, and Dark Souls 2 was the big leap in the mainstream things, and they really got money grabbing with the mainstream. And the game suffered a lot for it. The game is lesser of a game for it. Let's just be honest. It's a great game, it's an awesome fucking game, and it's nothing like you have seen before. It's nothing like you've played before. It's different than other games, but it's still, it was still affected by the mainstream part of the community. But that happens, right? But they cannot change. They cannot sell us a better version, a better graphic version, and still charge us again on the PC side. They really can't, because it's just stupid. It's just stupid, and we really have to vote with our wallet, guys, in that regard. I mean, if you're going to buy it for next gen console, that's okay, because it doesn't exist there. But for PC, don't rebuy it. Really, just don't. Just don't. And this is Vinsomer as he goes down, and we'll see each other in the next video, guys.